Hello from Magic Land Farms. I'm back out in the orchard again to show you some of the good cooking apples. You know, for pies, sauce, and um, the apple crisps, cakes, baked apples, and all the other baked goods that you can make out of apples, and which ones I would recommend. This one here, some might recognize, is the Northern Spy. And quite a few of you were going, yes, that makes an excellent pie. And it is one of my go-tos. The other one that I would actually use first would be the Caville Blanc. That one I actually prefer over this one, but sometimes I run out of that one and then I'll use this one. I did mention the Caville Blanc and a little bit of its history and uses in some previous videos if you want to look for that. And I showed those. Now, this would, like I was mentioning, makes an excellent pie. I would probably use it primarily for pies. Now, if you were going to use like in a cake or a crisp, I would choose an apple that's actually right on the other row over here. I would choose Jonathan because they're extremely intense in flavor. So they really come out very well in the like a crisp or a cake. A cake where you don't actually use a whole lot of apple. You need something to make sure you can still taste the apple. I also like to, as my wife found out, that I like to make apple pancakes out of these. That one I just, peel, core, and slice up, and then fry it in a tiny bit of butter. And then I make the plain pancakes. I pour the batter on the griddle, and then I take a spoonful of the cooked apple and put it on the centers of each. And boy, does it taste so good. I almost like it as much or about close to like blueberry pancakes. So yeah, Jonathan's are excellent for that. Now for sauce making, you can make sauce out of any apple. These will make more of a tartar sauce. I would actually recommend not the Northern Spy since they are a little tartar. These I like to mix with other apples because they have such good flavor. I like to mix them in. Let's see, I think I'll show you the I'll show you the perfect apple for baked apple. You know, that's when you take the whole apple and you just put it in the oven to bake it, not a baked good or as such, but a whole baked apple. I'll show you that one if you follow me. And here it is. This would make the best of the baked apples, is Roman Beauty. Now, I would never recommend it for a fresh eating apple. I would not recommend it for a sauce apple. I would not recommend it for for pie apple or anything else other than a baked apple. I don't know why, but out of a whim many decades ago, we tried it because we couldn't figure out any real good use for it because it didn't taste that good. We tried it on a whim to just bake it. And holy cow, is it so good. It has a unique skin that is very thick, that holds the apple together when you bake it. And I'm almost wondering, yeah, it also some of the skin bled into the apple too. It's almost looks similar to the surprise apple that I was showing off earlier, but this one only once in a while shows up like that. But I'm almost wondering if the skin, as it's cooking, gives off a great flavor into the apple. That is the reason why it's so good for a baked apple. So I wouldn't recommend it for anything else, but man, it's really good. All right, so another other apple I would recommend for, oh yeah, I would want to show you one for what I like for applesauce. One of the ones I like for applesauce. You can make applesauce out of any apple. One that's actually done now was Spartan. That makes a great sauce by itself. But there's one that I kind of like personally a little bit more, but I'll show you why. All right, and this apple is one of my personal favorites to eat right now. It's a slightly sweeter one. It's Jonah Gold. You can bake with it. It does just fine. It's a little juicier, so it for pies it makes a slightly wetter pie. But I like it for sauce because I kind of like my applesauce to be sweet or a little bit on the sweeter side, but I don't add any sugar to my applesauce. So this one gives me what I want. Great flavor, similar to the Jonathan's, like it already has a little bit of Jonathan in it, but just sweeter. And due to it being a little more juicier, it creates a nice, smooth, lighter sauce. Sometimes an applesauce can be a little heavy when you're eating it. You can't eat that much. But yeah, this one is my go-to for a sauce apple. But if you ever have trying to debate on what what would be good for a sauce apple, just buy a couple of varieties, mixing them together, and it'll be just perfect. Since we're so close, and it's something a little different when I haven't actually showed you earlier this year, and nobody's seen it because we just harvested it. We have some sugar pie pumpkins over here. Now, I know everyone's seen sugar pies at the stand, but there's one that we kind of delayed on harvesting. Just give me a second, I'll walk and grab one. This is a sugar pie pumpkin. It's a white sugar pie pumpkin. We delayed on harvesting it because we weren't convinced that it was going to be edible. And it took us all the way till earlier this week to find that out because we've been too busy. It is edible. We have made some good pumpkin custard out of it. So I'm now selling it at the stand. So anyone interested in a white sugar pie pumpkin, by the way, I will be growing this one next year too. It does grow well and it's perfectly fine for eating. Just side note, we're still going to go back to the orchard. I think the next one I was going to show for one of the longer lasting cooking apples. It's one that you can keep till yeah, right around, you can keep it till April in common storage. So I'll take you over there. All right, now this one, it's very similar to the Jonathan, except for it lasts a lot longer. Like I mentioned just now, up till maybe like April or so. It's Ida Red. It does have some Jonathan in its parentage. It has like a finer, spicier Jonathan. So this one in late winter would be our go-to for apple pies and so forth, if we run out of the Caville Blanc. So yeah, this one is an excellent eating apple. Actually, that's true. I just got remembered just as I said it. It's an excellent eating apple late winter. It's not perfect, but it's a whole lot better than it is right now. And mild, it gets a little bit milder in flavor, and it still retains some of its crispness. So late winter, it's a good all-purpose apple. Right now and later, it's an excellent baking apple. Well, I think that's all that I can mention about a few of the baking apples that we have. There are other earlier baking apples that were excellent, but those are now gone. Those are some of the earlier summer apples, the Gravenstein, the Northwest Greening, and a few others that were very good. Oh, actually, yeah, actually some are Rambo too. That was a good one. But anyway, this is for the fall apples. So that's all I can really mention about for what we have now. Thank you for watching, and I hope that you will be able to enjoy some of these in your baked goods. Bye.